Welcome viewers. The covert narcissist, female or male, will not take any core responsibility for how they impact your life, mentally or physically. You've got to understand that the trouble and the chaos that these people cause is usually at the expense of everyone else around them. And that doesn't mean that they get off scot-free, but it does mean that the people around them are unnecessarily impacted. Now, I usually call the narcissist, I just keep it simple and just use the word sinner, because YouTube now doesn't like people trying to diagnose mental health issues, and that's fair enough, because the narcissist is a sinner. That's all they are, and that's what they do. And they take no accountability or responsibility for their actions. This is the big stinger. This is the part that stings with the narc, because you're being entrained to put up with and tolerate their bad behavior. And you shouldn't have to do that with or for anybody at all, but it comes in micro-incremental, increasing micro-incremental increments. As they get away with more, they do more, and the next thing you'll find that you're an ally to their bad behavior. You're running around cleaning up their mess, trying harder to make the relationship something that it's not. And all this dysfunctional toxicity, they're trying to it's called entrain you. They're trying to get you used to being abused. They're trying to condition you to the bad behavior. And they're not going to stop. They've got no intention of stopping or making life easier for you. This is the way these people are. So the first thing you have to begin to ask yourself is, am I seeing things in a rational way? Is what I'm starting to see in this person rational? Or am I just being judgmental and critical of somebody that's not deliberately or willfully trying to do anything wrong? That's the first thing you need to ask yourself. Once you've come to your conclusion, you can make your adjustments from there. You might have to say, well, okay, I am judging in this area, but what I'm seeing in that area isn't acceptable. Once you've realized that the element of abuse that you're starting to be on the end of is not acceptable and doesn't have to be put up with, you have to try and find the strength then within yourself to either confront this person with some options, and you need to do it quick. Don't just go along with it, because you'll what I call neglect yourself out of the relationship anyway. You're neglecting your responsibility to the relationship by bringing into it how you feel and what you'd like to see. But once you've made your complaints or upsets known, you might get met with some resistance, and in this resistance there'll probably be some arguments, and you have to be fierce. You may not have been this so far, but you have to be fierce in how you're going to respond to what's happening to you here in this situation. If you become lackadaisical and go, well, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, you could lose another 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, 5 years, and without change, because you've been entrained to think that things are going to get better, but they're not. They're not getting better. You're living it. You've seen it. Some days are better than others, but the problem's not fixed, right? Some of these people, most of these people will do nothing, and they'll justify that as being fair. It's not. They do nothing. They just try and hope things are going to work out, and it's usually at your expense. And it doesn't matter if it's at their expense. They're already in the mess, so they don't care about that. So it comes down to not what they care about, right? It comes down to what's best for you. Are you making decisions that are best for you? And if you're not, you need to take a close look into why. Now, you might put it down to faithfulness, loyalty, devotion, love, all these wonderful things that you believe prove who you are. But really, all you're doing is helping this person to remain dysfunctional. That's all you're doing. So it's not helping you, and you're not helping them, because you're not producing anything punishable. You're not punishing that person. So while they'll get away with it, and this is just human nature, while they get away with it, they will. They will. And that's where this 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 5 years, and all the pain and crap and rubbish and garbage that comes with it, comes in to your life. By this time you're trauma bonded, you're conditioned to believe that what's going on's fine. That's just who this person is, and eventually they'll get better, but they don't. And you're conditioned. You're now unaware. You've been desensitized to how bad this behavior is. You've been entrained. You now just accept it as a part of the way things are. How do you get out of this? Because now you've accepted that this is it. This is what I've accepted. This is who this person is. You're being traumatized, abused, micro-incrementally, but for real. and you're trying to work out how you're going to get out of this, how you're going to fix this and get out of it. The only way, viewers, at this point, is to leave that person behind. They're a sunken investment. They're like a boat that keeps leaking, keeps sinking, and you have to try and refloat it. You can't fix the hole in the boat, bottom of the boat. My son just had a boat, he gave it away. It was just too much trouble. Big boat too. It was just too much trouble. The uncle's got a boat, it keeps wanting to sink. The investment's not worth it. That's the problem. And so, you have to get out. Listen to me, you have to get out. Let that person make somebody else's life misery with all their bad habits and behaviours. Go no contact. Warn that person to stay away. Warn them. Had enough of you. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. You had your chance. You squandered it. You're a fool. I wasn't as valuable to you as I thought I was. Warn them. Go no contact. And never, ever, ever, ever go back.